Hi, welcome once more, everybody. So here we are, quite late in the evening, but I'm sure you got curious at least with the title of this talk, Create the Job You Love, with Marina Cantafio. So, how are you doing, Marina?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thanks for being here.
I'm very
And,
excited.
yeah, it's really good actually to end the sessions to talk about food and the job you love. So, Marina is a social media manager, freelancer, and founder of the blog lovefoodish.com. And her passion for food, storytelling, and networking is her personal superpower. She creates content for several food brands, restaurants, and hotels in Switzerland and in the world. And so, for the ones who are getting hungry, hang on with us, please. Marina is the last speaker of the day. So, let's show her a little bit of appreciation. Stick around, make your comments and questions. And without further ado, Marina, I will pass the word to you. You have a presentation you want to share that?
Yes, thank you very much for the introduction, Rita. And I'm very, very happy to. Oops, a lot. I first have to share my screen with you guys.
Already some thumbs up coming up.
Okay. So,
Okay.
you see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Then let's start
There you go.
with my speech. It's just let me give you a little bit some facts about me. I am a foodie since I can even walk. My parents are from South Italy, so I'm Swiss and Italian. And I grew up around flavors, spices, a lot of delicious food. That's why I think it's like obvious that somehow I had to end up with following this passion. I studied communication at the University of Applied Study in Lucerne, and I think a crucial change in my personal career were the two sabbatical I took. I will come to this later. And as Rita told you already, I'm a blogger, social media manager, freelancer for several brands. I have been inspired a lot by The School of Life, which, by the way, is the book that inspired me also for the speech, A Job to Love. So I think I will be an eternal student at the School of Life. How everything began. Marina Lofudish didn't have a clue about what she would do 2021. So back in 2005, I started as a communication manager in a startup in the area of medical technology. This was the phase where I really learned a lot about business, about how to talk to clients. I grew personally a lot to develop the person I am today. And I think maybe around 10 years, I was involved in several projects as a product manager, as a marketing manager. I worked for agencies. And somehow, after 10, 12 years, I got to the point, is this everything that I can do with my personal career? I got somehow demotivated and I felt like a struggle inside that I wanted to change something. But I didn't know what and how. So I decided to take a break and go for my first sabbatical. This was the time when I went to Southeast Asia. I spent around 4 months traveling around the country, getting inspired by the people, by the flavors, by a lot of beautiful people around me. And by that time, I just had a little bit of an idea that I wanted to create content, but I also didn't know how. So I started a very easy website on Wix. I didn't have a plan, I didn't have a concept, but I had this passion of starting to create something. When I came back to Switzerland, I had my semi professional blog and I didn't have a job, so I applied for jobs and I thought, okay, I felt a bit of pressure. I somehow need to have money to pay my bills. And I was not ready, I think, for the big thing, so I got hired again in a company, started to work, I had my corporate job back, but only after 1.5 years, I was at the same point, maybe a little bit wiser, but I quit my job again. I went again to Southeast Asia because I think that was the place to be for me, to get inspired and to feel this development of my personality. And this was the time where I had a better idea. I felt more what to do with my own blog. And I created a concept that's the blog as you see it today, that has a value also for my audience. And I felt very positive and much more self-centered in this time of my life, and also very courageous. So I started to network. I started to get a job as a freelancer. I also had a half-time, part-time job, and I felt like I found the balance that was exactly what I was looking for. So today I create content, I create strategies. I'm really like very much into social media. And I love social media because I think it gives me creativity. I can share my content. I can really play with all the features that social media offers on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on LinkedIn. And I have found this work-life balance where I can work independent from everywhere. So I also feel like, okay, let's use this flexibility. I don't have to work at 8 in the morning until 7. I love the thing to interact with the community, to be part of something. I have people that join me, I join events, so I feel very balanced. And what I would love to give back to you from this very personal experience is to create your idea of your job you love on 4 pillars. Start with the most important thing to find out at which point stands your self-confidence. I did this mostly during my first sabbatical. I did a lot of emotional work on myself. Identify what you want and what you don't want. Be clear with your thoughts, with your ideas, and also maybe learn to say no to things you don't want. In my case, meditation helped me a lot. Also, some self hypnosis I got into. And I would suggest you also to work with a coaching person, with a coach, with a life coach, because it's really hard to do this kind of work all by yourself. Another very important fact is to find your reason why. Make a list of maybe 10 to 12 points. Find out where your strengths are. Are you strong in communication? Are you strong in creating, in leading? Are you strong in photography? Just find the things that you're really good in. And I think from this you have a starting point that you can build on. What also is very important is you have to surround yourself with positive energy, with positive people. Of course, you have a group of friends, but maybe it's also good to start some networking. Join Facebook groups, join meetups. Just be interactive, and things will happen. Last but not least, be courageous and precise in what you want. Meaning, if you have your vision that you put on a piece of paper, you have it always in front of your eyes. And it's very easy to be distracted by this kind of lifestyle we are living. But it kind of gives you a certain direction when you lose your path. So I found out for myself, having this vision written on a paper, repeating it, like reading it for myself in the morning, helped me a lot. What else to say? Change is the only constant in life. I thank you very, very much for listening, and I feel like we could connect either Instagram, LinkedIn, or whatever, and exchange our lives, our ideas on how to create the job we love.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. We're back here. We see you. Um, questions for Marina, please drop them in the chat or under the Q&A tab. There's been some comments, actually. I'm gonna show them on stage. But indeed, like we said before, it's always good to have some inputs from your side as well. So circling around always in life like that until we're ready to see, find our courage and inner strength. And other people sharing their thoughts.
What we
What
eat.
we eat is yeah, is what we think and do. Food is, after all, the main part of success too. Would you like to comment on that, Marina? I think that's a good one.
Yes, I think so. I really found that for myself. It's like if I eat healthy, not only like the super organic food, but I feel better. I feel like more clear in my mind. My body feels like more energetic. And of course, I have my cheat days, but I have to keep them in a certain smaller amount. So, yeah, eating healthy, eating good, enjoying eating, especially helps
Yeah.
the body
And
and
this,
mind.
uh-huh. And this passion for food, you say you're a foodie since since you were born. But where did you really actually kind of understood that it was there?
I think it was when I was traveling because I was so much interested in where do I go to eat. So I did really like screening Instagram, blogs everywhere because I wanted to eat good. And my
Mhm.
thing was I want to share what I experienced. So yeah, I think maybe I was around where I really got to 15, 16.
Mhm. That's interesting. Let me show you a question that we have on stage. So, what inspires you for your storytelling? So we know that you travel as well, and so I would say some
I
is
think the most inspiration I get from traveling
yeah.
and from social media because I'm working every day in these social media channels gives me also a lot of inspiration what others do. I love to see what others do and to co-work.
Hmm. Yes, and it's maybe a little bit cheesy put this way, but you can travel also a little bit when you are navigating the social media, the different
Yeah,
networks.
exactly.
A last question, maybe. So, because your work involves traveling and a lot of things that were a little bit hit hard with the pandemic, what would you say is your experience so far? What were the things that made your job more difficult, or the challenges, and also on the other hand, the opportunities, new opportunities, maybe that this moment brought you?
I think the challenges were really like, but for everyone, the missing
Yeah.
interaction, the physical interaction, the going to a restaurant, the talking to the chef, like really, this I missed a lot. Of course, traveling because I travel a lot, so this energy I get, this renew energy I get from traveling, I had to take somewhere else. But
Right.
I think a big opportunity for me was that people understood that working digitally, every process being digitalized is a chance. So I feel like now there's much more job opportunities for me also because I'm still looking for jobs and freelancer. So I feel like people understood, okay, working remote, that's a chance, it's okay. You
It
can do it.
works,
Yeah.
right? It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to share any projects that you have currently or you're thinking about in the future, maybe as a wrap up for the session? Because we're now on the end time.
Yes, sure. I mean, my blog evolves. It's in a constant change. I always create content. I do collaboration with countries, with Italy, with Crete, in Greece. I'm a freelancer looking for jobs, so I think wherever I see any chances to implement social media strategies, content creation, I will be there.
Yeah. Okay, one last question to wrap this up because it's a nice one. So, what's the best dish that delight you? I bet you don't have a favorite dish. You have probably a list, a
I
full
do.
menu. You do?
I have one really favorite dish, and that's
Okay.
the one my mother prepares.
Mm.
And it's stuffed eggplants with minced beef and tomato sauce.
Very good. Okay, so now we're gonna close the session because probably everybody's hungry. Thank you very much again, Marina. Thank you everybody for being here, for your questions, for your thumbs up and everything. Thank you for being part of the Tech Jobs Fair Switzerland, and stay well. See you very soon.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a good evening, everybody. Bye bye.